Good evening, dear one. I'm Tara, and tonight I welcome you into a journey of peace. Tell me, where are you listening from tonight? Perhaps you're in bed after a long day, or resting beneath a quiet sky. Wherever you are, you're part of a circle that stretches beyond time, connected by breath, by stillness, by the gentle wisdom of the Buddha. Take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders soften. There is nowhere else you need to be. Tonight, we explore an ancient truth that life flows more beautifully when we stop chasing and start allowing. The day has done enough. Its echoes can fade now, leaving only the hush of the present moment. In this soft hour, as the world settles into its nocturnal rhythm, you are invited to rest in the sacred art of being. This is not a lesson in doing, nor in striving. It is a gentle remembrance of what has always been within you, the stillness that never moves, the awareness that never sleeps. The night air carries an ancient calm. You can almost feel it brushing across your skin, a reminder that peace is not something to create, but something to notice. Beneath every worry, beneath every dream and plan, this calm has always been waiting. The only door to it is attention. Breathe once more, easily. Let the inhale come to you naturally, like the tide rolling in. When you exhale, imagine releasing the day's invisible weight, the thoughts that hurried you, the words that lingered too long. With each exhale, you are coming closer to your center, to the quiet heart that watches the world with compassion. If the mind still rushes, let it. There is no battle to fight here. Thoughts are clouds across a vast blue sky. They drift, they change, they pass. You are not the cloud. You are the sky. You remain untouched, luminous, open. This awareness is what the Buddha called the unborn, the space within us that cannot be taken, cannot be broken, cannot be lost. Tonight, as you rest, imagine yourself as part of a vast circle of listeners across the world. In distant homes, under starlit skies, by city windows, and beside quiet lakes, hearts are tuning in, breathing together, remembering together. Though you cannot see them, they are with you, forming a silent sangha of peace that surrounds the earth like invisible moonlight. This gathering, though unseen, is ancient. For thousands of years, seekers have sat under trees, by rivers, in small huts, in temples, and in the open fields, simply listening to silence. You join them now. Every breath links you to that timeless tradition of stillness, to those who understood that chasing only creates distance. What if everything you've been reaching for, happiness, love, success, peace, has been quietly waiting just outside the noise of effort? What if the very act of pursuit creates the wind that blows the flame away? The masters of the past taught that when you stop grasping, life itself becomes magnetic. The flower does not run after the bee, it opens, and fragrance does the rest. The river does not demand the sea, it flows, and the meeting happens naturally. You too can live like that flower, like that river, soft, steady, unforced. When you begin to rest in your own presence, you become radiant without trying. What is meant for you recognizes that still light and moves moves toward it. This is not passivity. It is the highest form of intelligence. It is alignment with the rhythm of the universe. Allow that rhythm to guide your breathing now. Inhale, feel life entering, gentle and generous. Exhale, feel life moving through you, taking away what no longer serves. Every breath is a tiny surrender, a reminder that letting go is not loss, but balance. You may notice how the body slowly remembers what peace feels like, the shoulders settling lower, the hands resting easily, the chest softening. This is the body learning trust again. Trust that it doesn't need to hold the world upright, that it can rest in the vast arms of life itself. In this space, there are no demands. You do not need to be wiser, kinder, richer, or stronger. You are already enough for this moment. The Buddha's first realization was that suffering arises not from what happens, but from how tightly we cling to what we think should happen. The moment we loosen that grip, peace returns of its own accord. So tonight, release the need to fix or achieve. You are not incomplete. You are not running out of time. You are exactly where existence has placed you, at the threshold of stillness. Let that truth settle in your heart like a feather landing on still water. Notice how everything begins to slow, thoughts stretching into silence, emotions softening into breath. Within this quiet, the mind no longer chases. It receives. It listens. It attracts. The peace you seek is already leaning toward you, drawn by the calm you now embody. Stay here for a while. Let the stillness widen. You are the quiet beneath every sound, the space beneath every movement, the awareness that gently holds all things. When you rest in this knowing, there is nothing more to chase, because what you truly are has never been away. The night deepens, the world breathes, and you, dear one, return to the simplicity of being. Life flows beautifully when you stop chasing and start allowing. This is where transformation begins, not through effort, but through surrender. Imagine yourself standing barefoot upon the edge of an ancient sea. The horizon stretches endlessly before you. A meeting of water and sky so seamless that it feels like the world itself has forgotten where one ends and the other begins. The soft whisper of waves arrives and departs, like the rhythm of a great sleeping heart. The sand beneath your feet is cool, fine, alive with tiny grains that have traveled through centuries of tides to arrive here. In this exact moment, under your stillness, you kneel and gather some of that sand into your hands. The grains slip through your fingers, countless, weightless, shimmering fragments of time. You watch how easily they move, how freely they obey the slightest motion of wind and gravity. You tighten your grasp, determined to hold more, to keep what is slipping away. For a moment, your entire body tenses, shoulders lifting, jaw firm, the mind commanding. Stay. Yet the tighter you hold, the quicker the sand escapes through the narrow cracks of your fingers, falling back to the earth where it belongs. Then you stop. You open your palms, and suddenly the sand rests, no longer fleeing, no longer spilling away. It sits there quietly, held not by effort, but by gentleness. Your hands are steady but soft, open yet whole. A breeze arrives, some grains are carried off, sparkling in the light, and still, the rest remain. You realize in that moment that what belongs to you does not need to be gripped. What stays was never forced to stay. What leaves was never meant to be possessed. This simple truth, found in the meeting of palm and sand, holds the essence of all spiritual wisdom. The Buddha discovered it beneath the Bodhi tree 25 centuries ago. Life flows most freely when we cease to control its movement. He watched how clinging to pleasure or resisting pain created ripples of suffering, just as you now see how holding too tightly makes what you love slip away. The sea before you seems to listen too. Its waves rise and fall without resistance. No wave ever says to the next, "I must last longer," or "I wish I were higher." They come, they crest, they return. Each fulfills its moment and disappears back into the great ocean from which it came. This is the art of allowing. The sea does not chase the sky, yet clouds are born from its breath. The moon does not grasp the tide, yet the water bows to its pull. Everything in nature moves in effortless harmony, each part trusting the invisible balance of all. How different this is from the way we often live. We grip our days, our plans, our people, our identities. We say, this must stay, this must not change. But existence is made of movement. To demand stillness from it is to ask the river to stop flowing. The Buddha called this grasping upadana, the attachment born from fear. Fear of loss, fear of the unknown, fear that without control we might disappear. Yet, paradoxically, it is only when we let go that we finally begin to exist fully. Let the sound of the waves fill your inner ear for a moment, that eternal song of rise and release. Imagine your breath moving in harmony with it. Inhale, the tide rolls in. Exhale, it recedes. With each exhale, something within you loosens, the need to be perfect, the need to be understood, the need to hold everything together. Let them all dissolve into the rhythm of the sea. Remember this, life is not asking you to abandon desire, but to hold it with open hands. When you grip too tightly, even love becomes heavy. But when you allow space, love breathes, evolves, deepens. This is what it means to attract rather than chase. You become the calm shore, and everything meant for you arrives in its time, drawn to your stillness. There is a Zen story of a young monk who asked his teacher how to find enlightenment. The master handed him a teacup filled to the brim and began pouring more tea, letting it overflow onto the table. The student cried, "Stop, it's full already." The master smiled and said, "Like this cup, your mind is too full. How can I show you the truth unless you first empty it?" You too are invited to empty your cup, to let go of what overflows, of what no longer nourishes, of what you were never meant to carry. The sand will slip away, the tea will spill, but what remains will always be enough. Look once more at the sea. Notice how its vastness mirrors your own heart. Within you, too, is an ocean of awareness, of timeless calm. Thoughts are merely waves on its surface, They rise and fall, but never disturb the depth beneath. Even when storms pass through, the deep water remains untroubled. That depth is who you are. So stand here with open palms and a quiet heart. Let the wind move as it wishes, the waves rise and fall as they must. The universe does not need your control to be whole. The sand does not need your fingers to rest. The sea does not need your command to sing. And you, dear one, do not need to chase peace. You only need to stop running from stillness. The lesson of the sand and sea is simple, yet profound. What you hold too tightly will seek its freedom, and what you honor with openness will remain by its own will. Attraction is born in the space between letting go and trusting. The Buddha once said, "Just as the ocean has one taste, the taste of salt, so does the Dharma have one taste, the taste of freedom." Let that freedom be the salt upon your lips tonight. Taste it in the air, feel it in the breath, sense it in the stillness between heartbeats. You are not separate from the sea, you are part of its endless motion. You are not the chaser of life, but its witness, its companion, its quiet reflection. Allow this knowing to settle in you like a calm tide at dusk. The sand will fall, the waves will move, but peace, the peace of open hands, will remain. In a small, bustling marketplace long ago, the sound of life hummed like a low chant, the calls of vendors, the laughter of children, the quiet rhythm of footsteps crossing sunlit stones. Among the crowd walked a monk named Banzen. For years, he had searched for enlightenment, carrying within him a restless longing, a hunger to awaken, to reach the mysterious state the masters spoke of, but no one could define. He had traveled from temple to temple, meditated through sleepless nights, sat under trees and inside stone halls, always waiting for that moment when the veil would lift. Yet each dawn arrived like the last, ordinary, unchanged. Doubt began to follow him like a shadow. Perhaps awakening was not meant for him. Perhaps the divine had passed him by. One morning, still burdened by this thought, Banzen entered the market to buy food for the monastery. The air smelled of incense and ripened fruit, of earth and iron. As he passed a butcher's stall, he overheard a conversation that would change the course of his seeking forever. A customer asked, "Give me the best piece of meat." The butcher, without hesitation, replied, "Everything in my shop is the best. There is nothing here that is not the best." Those simple words struck Banzen like the sound of a bell through fog. Time seemed to stop. The noise of the market faded, the smells dissolved, the colors blurred. He stood motionless, his breath caught between two worlds. Everything is the best. In that instant, he saw clearly what years of meditation had failed to reveal. Enlightenment was not hidden in special moments. It was here, in the ordinariness of the marketplace, in the butcher's hands, in the breath of the passing crowd, in his own bewildered stillness. He had been searching for the perfect experience, the flawless teaching, the sacred moment. Yet every moment had already been sacred. the best was not somewhere else. It was everything, everywhere. It was now. He laughed softly, a sound so light it seemed carried by the wind. His heart felt weightless, his mind as still as a lake with no ripples. He bowed deeply to the butcher and whispered, "Thank you." And from that day, his search ended. The story of Banzen is not merely a tale of realization. It is a mirror for us all. We, too, often wander through our lives as seekers, believing peace exists in a future achievement, a perfect relationship, a quieter place, a holier time. We divide our days into ordinary and special, good and bad, worthy and unworthy. In doing so, we miss the quiet perfection that pulses through everything. When the Buddha spoke of mindfulness, he did not mean escaping life. He meant entering it fully. To be awake in each breath, each gesture, each word. To wash a dish, not to get it clean, but to feel the warmth of the water, the movement of the hands, the shimmering now. That is where the divine hides, not in the extraordinary, but in the exquisitely ordinary. Think of your own life for a moment. How often have you rushed through the simple act of living, eating, walking, listening, only to arrive at the end of the day with a sense that something essential was missing? That missing piece was never outside you. It was the awareness that was absent. The sacredness was always there, waiting for your presence to notice it. There's a saying in Zen, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Nothing changes on the surface. The transformation is in the seeing. When you realize that every act, no matter how small, contains the entire universe within it, you no longer chase after meaning. You simply live it. Let us reflect on this quietly. Imagine yourself walking through your own inner marketplace, the mind filled with thoughts like stalls selling their wares. One stall offers worry, another offers hope, another sells regret, another displays dreams. For years, you have wandered this market, trying to find the best thought, the purest feeling, the truest path. But what if every stall, every emotion, every thought is already part of the same sacred whole? What if the mind itself, in all its noise and motion, is already Buddha nature in disguise? This is what Banzen saw. The butcher's words sliced through his illusion of separation. Everything in my shop is the best. He realized that awakening is not achieved by rejection, but by inclusion. The moment you stop dividing the world into what should and should not be, you discover the wholeness that was always here. Pause for a breath. Let that truth settle softly in your chest. Every sound you hear now, even the faintest one, belongs to perfection. Every memory that rises, every thought that drifts by, every feeling that flickers, all are sacred appearances of life expressing itself. You do not have to make them holy, they already are. When you stop seeking, you become the space that allows everything to be. When you stop chasing after enlightenment, you begin to live enlightened moments. There is no need to climb a mountain to find truth. It walks with you in the marketplace. It speaks through butchers. It breathes in the silence between your thoughts. As the old master said, the miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the earth. To live this simple life with a heart fully open, to look upon the world and whisper, everything in this shop is the best. So tonight, rest in that knowing. You do not need to chase perfection. It has been quietly surrounding you all along. The sacred is not far away. It is woven into the texture of this very breath. The air you inhale, the heartbeat within your chest, the stillness between moments, all of it is already the best. Let your heart ease into that completeness. The search is over. The marketplace of the mind is silent now. You are home, not in some distant temple, but here, in this unassuming moment that contains everything. There's a quiet ache that follows many lives, a thirst that no amount of success, love, or comfort seems to quench. It whispers beneath even the happiest moments, a subtle voice saying, "Not yet, not enough." It is the longing for something just out of reach, the chase that has no finish line. The Buddha named this tanha the craving, the thirst of the mind. This thirst is not like the body's need for water. It is a hunger that grows from illusion, the illusion that peace lives elsewhere, that joy depends on something we do not yet have. It is the belief that fulfillment waits at the end of another achievement, another person's approval, another future moment when everything will finally align. But as long as we believe peace is somewhere else, peace cannot appear here. The Buddha saw that this craving is the root of all suffering. He saw kings with palaces larger than villages, still restless. He saw beggars with nothing, still dreaming of more. He saw lovers holding each other and still fearing loss. Craving does not live in the world, it lives in the mind. When the mind wants what is not here, it becomes divided against itself, half pulled toward the future, half anchored in regret. The heart grows thirsty in its own desert. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting by a tranquil pond. The surface is clear, reflecting the sky perfectly. Then you pick up a small stone and drop it into the water. Ripples spread, distorting the reflection. The sky hasn't changed, only the surface has moved. Craving is that stone. Each desire you throw into the pond creates ripples that blur the calm image of reality. The water is not your enemy. It only mirrors the restlessness you feed into it. How often do we do this unknowingly? We say, "I'll rest when I reach my goal," or "I'll feel happy when they understand me," or "I'll love myself when I'm better than I am now." But life is never waiting at the finish line. It is happening right here, in this breath, in this sound, in this single heartbeat. The moment you stop chasing what should be, you can finally see what is. The Buddha's wisdom was not born of rejection, but of clarity. He did not say, "Do not desire," but rather, "Do not cling." Desire is natural. It is part of being alive. The flower desires the sun. The seed desires to break open. The heart desires to love. But when desire becomes attachment, when wanting hardens into need, it turns from movement to prison. The art lies in wanting without grasping, loving without owning, caring without fear. To understand this, Think of your breath. You breathe in, you breathe out. If you try to hold the air and refuse to release it, you suffocate. The very thing that gives life becomes the source of suffering. But when you allow the breath to move freely, it nourishes you again and again. In the same way, joy comes and goes, love comes and goes, pain comes and goes, all meant to move through you, not to stay caged in your grasp. Once, a disciple asked the Buddha, "Why does my mind always run after things I don't have?" The Buddha smiled and said, "Because it believes happiness is somewhere it is not." "Then how can I stop chasing?" asked the disciple. "See that the one who chases and the one being chased are both inside you," replied the Buddha. When you understand this, you will rest naturally. To rest naturally, this is the freedom the Buddha spoke of. It is not the dull stillness of inaction, but the alive peace that comes from no longer fighting life's flow. When the craving mind softens, it is like a lake returning to calmness after the ripples fade. You begin to see clearly again, not because the world changed, but because your seeing became still. Let's feel this truth within your own body. Close your inner eyes for a moment and notice if there's any tension, the subtle clenching of the jaw, the pressure behind the heart, the quiet hum of expectation. Breathe into those places as if you are pouring cool water over warm stone. Feel how the body loosens, how the mind slows, how space begins to open. Now ask yourself gently, what am I thirsting for tonight? Perhaps it is love or peace or security. Whatever it is, see it clearly. Then whisper inwardly, "May I hold this wish with kindness, not with fear." The moment you stop trying to grasp your desire, it transforms. It becomes light, no longer heavy, no longer demanding. There's a story of a man who came to a Zen master with tears in his eyes. "I have prayed for peace my whole life," he said, "but I never find it." The master filled a bowl with water and handed it to him. "Look inside," he said. The man saw his reflection trembling on the moving surface. The master tapped the bowl gently, and the ripples stilled. "Do you see now?" he asked. "The peace you seek cannot be created. It appears when you stop shaking the water. So it is with the mind. The peace you long for is already within you. It does not come from gaining more. It comes from grasping less. When you loosen your thirst, life itself becomes the drink that satisfies. In this quiet hour, let the mind rest like still water. The ripples of craving may rise, but do not follow them. Watch them come, watch them fade. Feel how each wave of wanting carries its own exhaustion, and how, beyond the last wave, there is silence, vast, gentle, and complete. The thirst of the mind is ancient, but it is not eternal. When awareness dawns, the desert becomes a garden. When craving dissolves, joy blossoms naturally, like a lotus opening on still water. This is not a joy of possession, but of presence, the joy of realizing that everything you have been seeking has always been quietly waiting within you. And tonight, as the stars move across the silent sky, may you feel that stillness deep in your heart, unhurried, unthirsty, and free. Long ago, In the quiet folds of a mountain valley, there lived a humble monk named Ryokan. His home was nothing more than a small hut made of wood and straw. Inside it were few possessions: a simple mat for rest, a robe for warmth, a bowl for food, and the open sky for companionship. He spent his days in silence, watching clouds drift and leaves fall, finding sermons in the rhythm of wind and sunlight. One night, as the moon rose over the dark ridges, a thief crept into Ryokan's hut. The door was unlatched. There was nothing to break. He searched every corner, lifting the mat, peering into the shadows, but found nothing of value to steal. Ryokan, awakened by the noise, sat up and watched silently. When the thief finally turned, startled to find himself face to face with the old monk, Ryokan smiled gently and said, "You have come a long way to visit me. You should not leave empty-handed. Please take my robe." The thief, confused and ashamed, took the robe hesitantly and ran into the darkness. Ryokan stepped outside into the night, feeling the chill of the mountain air against his bare skin. The moon hung above him, vast, luminous, utterly free. He gazed at it for a long while and whispered, "Poor man. I wish I could have given him this beautiful moon." That night, Ryokan sat quietly beneath the silver light, his body cold but his heart warm. He realized that nothing truly precious could ever be taken from him, for what mattered most was not made of wood or cloth or gold. The moon was still there, glowing in the sky, belonging to no one and to everyone. Its beauty was beyond theft. This story, though simple, holds an immense truth, a truth about possession, loss, and freedom. We spend much of our lives guarding things that can vanish in an instant: status, possessions, relationships, even identities. We fortify walls around what we believe is mine, my success, my love, my peace. And yet, like sandcastles before the tide, these walls cannot hold forever. The more we guard, the more we fear losing. The more we fear, the less we live. Ryokan's wisdom was born not from wealth, but from emptiness. His emptiness was not poverty, it was space, the space that allowed beauty to enter. Without clinging to anything, he could appreciate everything. The thief took his robe, but Ryokan still had the moon, the sky, the mountain breeze, and the quiet joy of being unburdened. In losing what could be stolen, he found what could never be lost. We often imagine peace as security, having enough, owning enough, being certain of tomorrow. But true peace, as the ancient masters taught, arises from trust in the impermanent nature of all things. The robe comes and goes. The thief comes and goes. Even the monk himself will come and go. Only the awareness that sees these changes remains untouched. That awareness is the moonlight shining through every form, never bound by what it illuminates. Take a moment now and reflect. What are you holding too tightly tonight? Is it a memory that refuses to fade? A person whose absence still echoes? A dream you fear may slip away? Gently bring that image to mind, and then, in your heart, offer it the same compassion that Ryokan offered the thief. Whisper softly, "If you must go, go. If you must stay, stay. Either way, I am free. Freedom is not about giving everything away. It is about releasing your fear of losing. When you cease to cling, the world gives itself to you in unexpected ways. Just as Ryokan, once stripped of his robe, was clothed in moonlight, you too will discover that life rushes in to fill the spaces made by surrender. There's another layer to this story, one that speaks not only of letting go of things, but also of letting go of judgment. Ryokan did not see the thief as an enemy, but as a teacher. In his eyes, the thief revealed an opportunity to practice compassion. He saw the man's hunger, his struggle, his ignorance, and instead of condemnation, he offered generosity. To give, even when something is taken, is the mark of one who no longer lives from scarcity, but from abundance. Imagine living this way, with a heart so open that even loss becomes an act of grace. When someone hurts you, instead of tightening around the wound, you could see the pain as a visitor, teaching you how deep your compassion can go. When life takes something away, instead of mourning what is gone, you could bow to the emptiness that makes room for new light. The moon above Ryokan's hut is the same moon shining above you now. It has watched over countless lives, emperors and beggars, saints and sinners, and yet it belongs to no one. Its beauty is shared freely, its glow indifferent to who looks upon it. This is how the awakened heart loves, without ownership, without demand, without fear. As you breathe, picture that moonlight entering through the window of your mind, cool, soft, and silent. Let it fill every corner of thought and memory, dissolving the boundaries between what is mine and what is the world. In this light, everything becomes one giver, taker, and gift. Remember, what is truly yours can never be stolen. Your awareness, your capacity for love, your inner stillness, these cannot be touched by circumstance or loss. When possessions fall away, what remains is presence. When names and stories fade, what remains is peace. So tonight, rest as Ryokan rested, unguarded, simple, open to the moon. Let the mind unclasp its hold on the things it fears to lose. Let your heart be like the sky, vast, luminous, belonging to all. When you awaken again, may you carry this freedom within you, the quiet knowing that even when the robe is gone, the moon is still shining. There is a way of moving through life that does not strain, that does not grasp, that does not demand. It is the way of soft hands and quiet steps, of trust that the unseen current knows its course. This way is not learned through control, but through surrender. The Buddha called it letting go, a phrase so simple, yet it carries the weight of a lifetime's learning. Letting go does not mean indifference. It does not mean abandoning what matters or pretending not to care. True letting go is a deeper art, the art of releasing your attachment while keeping your heart open. It is caring without clinging, acting without pushing, loving without possessing. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in a river. The water is cool against your skin, flowing swiftly around you. You can resist it, digging your feet into the stones, trying to hold your place. But the current grows stronger, and your muscles ache. Eventually, you realize the water is not your enemy. You let your body soften and begin to move with the flow. Instantly, effort becomes ease. You are still in motion, but now the motion is graceful, supported, natural. This is how letting go feels. The transformation from resistance to rhythm. Many of us confuse control with security. We think, if I hold tightly enough, things will stay as I wish them to be. But control is a mirage, and the more we chase it, the more fragile our peace becomes. When you clutch something out of fear, a person, a belief, an outcome, you are not protecting it, you are suffocating it. The river cannot be contained in your fist. It can only be experienced by opening your hand. Start with something small. Think of one situation in your life that feels heavy, one that you have been trying to fix or force. Perhaps you are trying to change someone's opinion or struggling to make a dream unfold faster than its time. Breathe into that space of tension. Feel where in your body it lives, the chest, the stomach, the throat. With every exhale, imagine that tension melting, softening like wax under the flame of awareness. You don't have to push it away. You only have to stop gripping it. There is a beautiful truth in the teachings of the Buddha, that right action arises not from effort, but from clarity. When the mind is still, decisions flow naturally. You don't have to chase what's next, you simply recognize it. Just as a mirror reflects whatever stands before it without confusion, your awareness, when undisturbed, reveals the next step without struggle. Letting go also means allowing others their own path. Think of someone in your life who frustrates you, who does not change no matter how much you advise or plead. The mind wants to mold them, to improve them, to steer them toward what it believes is right. But life has its own curriculum for every soul. Sometimes the greatest love you can offer is freedom. When you stop pushing against someone, something remarkable happens. The space you create becomes the very air they need to breathe, the invitation to return on their own. To let go is not to lose, it is to trust. Trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what leaves was never yours to hold. The flower does not weep when its petals fall. It knows the season of blooming and the season of rest. You, too, are part of that rhythm. Every end in your life is the soft beginning of something unseen. The Buddha once told his disciples, just as a tree lets go of its leaves in autumn without sorrow, so too should a wise person release what no longer serves. The tree does not fear the winter. It knows that letting go is how it survives. Its bareness is not death, but preparation for rebirth. Take this understanding inward now. Picture your own heart as that tree. Each leaf upon it represents something you've held on to, an old regret, a fear of being forgotten, an expectation of how life should unfold. One by one, allow these leaves to loosen and fall gently into the wind. Watch them drift without hurry toward the ground. Notice how light your branches feel. The more you release, the more the light can touch you. Letting go gently means releasing not with anger, but with gratitude. Even the hardest experiences shaped your awareness, polished your compassion, revealed your strength. You are not discarding the past, you are bowing to it and moving forward. There is a subtle power in surrender. It does not shout, it does not strive. It simply trusts the intelligence of life itself. The same intelligence that turns seed to flower, that guides rivers to the sea, is guiding your journey. When you cease fighting the flow, that intelligence begins to carry you with ease. Think of how a bird lands on a branch, not by calculation, but by trust. It does not worry whether the branch will hold. It simply rests, ready to take flight again if it must. This is the posture of peace, open, balanced, unattached. In your quiet moments tonight, let yourself feel this truth not as an idea, but as a presence. You do not have to hold everything together. The universe has been doing that long before you, and it will continue long after. Letting go is not giving up. It is joining that vast, unseen harmony. If tears come, let them. They are not signs of weakness, but of release, the river flowing through you, carrying away old dust. If silence comes, welcome it. It is not emptiness, but fullness beyond words. And as you rest now, know this: every act of letting go makes space for grace to enter. The love that stays after release is truer, lighter, eternal. The peace that follows surrender is deeper than understanding. Life becomes effortless not when everything goes your way, but when you realize there was never a separate your way at all, only the great flow, carrying all things home. So rest in that flow. Let go gently. Trust the current. The river knows the sea better than the shore ever could. Once upon a time, in a quiet monastery surrounded by misty hills and winding paths, there lived an old monk whose daily duty was to carry water from the river to the temple. Every morning before dawn, when the world was still wrapped in blue silence, he would take a long wooden pole and balance 2 clay pots at each end. One pot was perfect, strong and smooth, gleaming in the soft morning light. The other had a small crack that ran down its side, faint but deep enough to let water escape drop by drop as the monk walked. Day after day, the monk followed the same path, down the slope to the river, filling both pots, and then back up toward the temple. By the time he arrived, the cracked pot was always only half full. For years, this continued until one morning, the cracked pot could bear the shame no longer. As the monk bent to fill it, the pot spoke softly, its voice trembling. "Master," it said, "I am ashamed. I have failed you. Every day I spill half of what you carry. You work so hard, but I give you only half your effort in return. I am broken. Perhaps you should replace me." The monk paused for a moment, his wrinkled face glowing with kindness. "My friend," he replied, "tomorrow, as we walk back to the temple, I want you to look carefully at the path we travel." The next morning, as the monk carried the 2 pots, the cracked one watched the ground. Sunlight filtered through the trees, and to its surprise, the path beside it was lined with small, wild flowers, yellow, white, and pink, gently swaying in the cool breeze. Their fragrance hung in the air, light as music. When they reached the temple, the monk placed both pots down gently and smiled. "Did you notice the flowers?" he asked. "Yes," said the pot, "but what do they have to do with me?" The monk replied, "For years, I have known about your crack. I planted flower seeds along your side of the path because I knew you would water them each morning. Every step you thought was a mistake has nourished something beautiful. Without you, this path would have remained barren. Without your flaw, there would be no flowers." The cracked pot fell silent, its heart filling with a new kind of peace. A peace that comes not from perfection, but from purpose. We are all like that pot, shaped by time, carrying our burdens, leaking in ways we wish we didn't. We hide our cracks, thinking they make us unworthy, when in truth they are the places where the light enters and where life's beauty flows out. Our imperfections are not punishments, they are openings. The Buddha taught that life is a field of causes and conditions where everything nourishes everything else. What seems like a flaw in one moment may be the very reason something else blossoms in another. The rain that spoils a harvest gives rise to the river that sustains the next season's crop. The sorrow that bends one soul may be the compassion that heals another. In this web of existence, even your cracks are sacred threads. Think for a moment about your own journey. Are there parts of yourself you have judged harshly, moments of failure, weaknesses, mistakes that replay in your mind like echoes? Bring one of them gently to the surface of your awareness. See it not as a wound, but as a river. It has watered unseen flowers in ways you may never know. Perhaps your vulnerability has softened someone's heart. Perhaps your past pain has made you kind. Perhaps your delay led you to the right path at the right time. Nothing in you is wasted. Let that understanding sink into your being. There is no such thing as a useless life. Every broken edge has its own story of contribution. Just as the cracked pot carried beauty up the hill each day, so too does your journey carry unseen blessings into the world. In Zen, they say, the obstacle is the path. The crack is not something to fix before walking. It is the reason to walk. When you stop running from your imperfections and begin to walk with them, they transform from burdens into companions. You no longer carry shame, you carry flowers. Letting go of the idea of perfection is one of the deepest forms of freedom. It allows you to breathe fully, to live without the constant weight of comparison. The moon has craters, yet it lights the whole night. The river is never straight, yet it always finds the sea. And the heart, no matter how many times it breaks, keeps finding ways to love again. As you breathe now, feel the gentle truth of this story wrapping around you. You are not defined by what you lack, but by what flows through you. Every drop that slips away from your grasp is feeding something beautiful beyond your sight. The world is richer because of your cracks. In the temple of existence, no vessel is wasted. The perfect pot holds its water. The cracked one grows flowers. Together, they make the journey complete. This is the harmony of opposites that life constantly teaches: fullness and emptiness, holding and spilling, strength and tenderness. When you walk your path tomorrow, remember this story. Do not curse your cracks. Honor them. They are proof that you have lived, that you have carried, that you have given. Somewhere, in ways unseen, the flowers are already blooming. So rest now, and let this understanding settle deep in your heart. You are not broken. You are becoming. And somewhere along your path, life is blooming because of you. There's a story from an old Zen monastery nestled in a valley where mountains rise like silent guardians. One evening, a young monk approached his teacher, his face tense, his voice trembling with the exhaustion of too many thoughts. "Master," he said, "the world feels heavy. There is turmoil outside, suffering, anger, chaos, and turmoil within. How can I stay peaceful when the world itself is burning?" The master listened quietly. His eyes drifted toward a small field beyond the temple walls, where an old blind donkey grazed. The animal moved slowly, its ears flicking toward the sound of the wind, its hooves sinking softly into the wet ground. After a long silence, the master said, "Do you see that donkey?" The monk nodded. "He doesn't know these are terrible times," said the master. "He simply eats grass." The monk blinked, unsure how to take the answer. But the master continued, "He does not read the news of storms. He does not worry about tomorrow's harvest. He does not imagine how others see him. He feels the wind, tastes the grass, and follows the rhythm of what is. Be like the donkey. Eat your grass." The student bowed, still puzzled, yet something inside him softened. Over the days that followed, he began to understand. The donkey was not blind to the world's pain. He was simply not burdened by imagination. He did not add layers of fear or judgment to what already existed. He accepted life as it came, the rain on his back, the thunder in the distance, the taste of the earth after a storm. He responded without resistance, without demand. The master's teaching was not about ignorance, it was about presence. To see without being consumed, to feel without drowning, to care without being crushed. The donkey's calm was not foolishness. It was wisdom unspoken, the wisdom of harmony with what is. We live in a time when the world's storms arrive not just in the sky, but through our screens, our thoughts, our endless comparisons. Each headline, each worry, each opinion becomes a wave inside the mind. Before long, our hearts are no longer clear lakes, but oceans in chaos. We are pulled by winds we cannot see, forgetting that peace was never outside us to begin with. The Buddha once said, "The world is on fire, but you must not let the flames enter your mind." The storm may rage, but it does not have to live within you. Peace is not the absence of thunder. It is the ability to hear thunder and still breathe softly beneath it. Think for a moment. What does the weather inside your mind feel like tonight? Are there storms, thoughts that spin and clash like clouds in lightning? Is there a drizzle of worry, a gust of impatience, a heavy fog of uncertainty. Whatever you find, simply see it. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it. When you remember this, you begin to see that your awareness is vast, far vaster than any passing disturbance. The storm cannot destroy the sky. It can only move through it. Your peace does not depend on the calmness of the world, but on the space you make for it inside yourself. Close your eyes and imagine a wide field under a gray sky. The wind moves through the tall grass. The rain begins to fall. You are standing there, feeling the cool drops on your skin. Instead of shrinking away, you breathe deeply and let them touch you. The rain does not harm you, it refreshes you. You realize that not every storm comes to break you. Some come to cleanse you, to wash away what was never yours to carry. To live in balance does not mean avoiding the storm. It means learning to dance with it. The donkey in the field does not run when thunder rolls. He continues to eat the grass, knowing the rain will pass. You too can live this way, moving gently through your days, tending to what is within reach, without being lost in what lies beyond it. The master later told his student, when you feed the mind with worry, it grows restless. When you feed it with awareness, it grows still. Choose your food wisely. The student smiled, realizing that peace is not given by the world, it is cultivated in the heart. Let that lesson rest in you for a while. The next time the world feels too loud, remember, peace is not a gift from the outside. It is your original nature. You were born with it, as the sky was born with blue. You do not create peace, you return to it. Imagine your thoughts now as clouds drifting slowly across an open sky. Some are bright, others dark, but none stay forever. Between them lies vastness, infinite, clear, eternal. That space is who you are. It cannot be broken by noise, cannot be stolen by chaos. To find calm in chaotic times, be like the blind donkey grazing in the rain, aware, simple, untroubled by stories. Do what is before you with presence. Tend to your breath, your small circle of life, your patch of grass. The world will shift, but your stillness will remain a quiet light amid the motion. The storm will pass. It always does. The wind will soften, the clouds will part, and once again, you will find yourself beneath a vast, forgiving sky. The donkey will still be grazing, the grass will still be growing, and the earth will still be holding you steady. So when the mind begins to storm, do not fight the weather. Simply remember, the sky has never been damaged by the rain. Close your eyes and imagine that you are standing at the base of a long, winding mountain trail. The air is cool, and a mist curls around the distant trees. You carry a backpack, sturdy, well-worn, filled with the weight of everything you think you must hold on to. At first, it feels manageable. The straps rest easily on your shoulders, but as you take the first steps upward, the burden begins to press against your back. You feel its pull with each breath, with each stone your feet touch. Inside this invisible backpack lies all that you have carried through the years. Every expectation, every worry, every regret. There are memories you revisit too often, fears of what may come, responsibilities that never rest, the need to be perfect, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you must become. Each thought, each attachment, is a stone placed gently but persistently within that pack. And tonight, as you walk inwards, you are invited to notice the weight you have been carrying, not to judge it, but to see it clearly. The Buddha once said that clinging is like carrying a heavy load when there is no need to do so. It is not life that exhausts us. It is the way we hold it. He taught that to put the load down, even for a moment, is to remember what freedom feels like: light, spacious, simple. So pause here on this path. Take a slow breath. Feel the straps against your shoulders. Feel the gentle ache in your back. Then, with the next exhale, imagine yourself kneeling on the ground and loosening those straps. The backpack slides off your body with a soft thud, and you can finally stand upright. The body feels taller, freer, lighter. The air moves through you again. You do not have to open the pack all at once. You can rest beside it, knowing it's there if you need it, but that for this moment, you are allowed to rest without its weight. You are not abandoning your duties or memories. You are simply allowing yourself to breathe without them pressing on your spirit. Imagine yourself walking a few steps ahead without it. The ground beneath your feet feels softer. The rhythm of your breath changes, slower, more natural, more alive. You begin to realize how much of your energy was spent on carrying what no longer needs to be held. The world, seen from this lighter state, feels wider. Even the sound of the wind seems more spacious. Now imagine kneeling beside the backpack. You open it gently and begin to look inside. Each stone you take out represents something you've held onto. The first stone might be labeled fear. It is smooth, familiar, and cold. You set it down beside you and whisper, "I do not need to carry this tonight." The next stone reads expectation of others, of yourself, of life. You place it down as well. Then comes regret, then control, then comparison. Each one leaves your hand lighter. With every release, you feel the earth beneath you supporting what you can no longer bear alone. There's no hurry here. Let each stone rest where it falls. The mountain does not mind your offerings. It has carried heavier burdens from countless souls before you. In time, the pile beside you becomes a small cairn, a monument not of weight, but of surrender. When the last stone is set down, you notice that the backpack is now nearly empty. You pick it up, featherlight, and realize that it still has space for the things that truly matter: peace, kindness, presence, gratitude. You fill it with these instead. In the monasteries of old, monks were taught that the greatest wealth is lightness. To carry less is not to have less. It is to experience more of what remains. When you no longer drag the past behind you, your steps become silent prayers. The world opens its hidden beauty to those who travel unburdened. Let's breathe into that lightness together. Inhale deeply, as if you're filling your lungs with mountain air. Exhale slowly, as if the wind itself is carrying away the last traces of your heaviness. Notice the simplicity that remains when you stop adding to your load, this quiet stillness, this simple being. The Buddha once told a parable of a man crossing a great river. To reach the far shore, he built a raft out of branches and vines. When he arrived, he turned to his disciples and asked, "What should this man do with the raft now?" One disciple said, "He should carry it with him, for it helped him cross." The Buddha shook his head. "No, if he carries it, it will weigh him down. He should leave it behind. What served you in one stage of life must be released in the next. Your backpack is your raft. It has served its purpose. The memories, lessons, and challenges it holds brought you here. But to move freely, you must know when to set it down. So now, picture yourself standing once again at the mountain's edge. Behind you lies the pile of stones, shining faintly in moonlight. Before you stretches a path winding upward through clouds. Your shoulders are free, your steps unhurried. You walk onward not as someone who is lost, but as someone who is lightened, one who carries only what breath and love can bear. This is the heart of the backpack meditation. To remember that peace is not found by adding more, but by letting go of what you never needed. You cannot attract peace while clinging to weight. Peace comes when there is space for it to rest. Carry this image with you tonight: the mountain, the path, the lightness. If you ever feel burdened again, you can return here. You can always stop, kneel, and lay your backpack down. The earth will hold it for you. You are free to travel lightly now, dear one. Every breath is a step. Every release is a blessing. Every letting go is a return to yourself. There is a garden within you. You may not have walked its paths in a long while, but it is there, hidden behind the noise of thoughts, waiting quietly beneath the soil of daily life. It does not demand your attention. It simply exists, patient and unchanging, growing even when you forget it is there. Each human heart carries such a garden, a sacred inner landscape shaped not by hands, but by awareness. Its soil is your stillness. Its sunlight is your attention. Its rain is your compassion. The seeds within it are every thought, every emotion, every choice. Some bloom into flowers of joy and wisdom. Others sprout as weeds of anger, fear, and judgment. Yet the gardener, your consciousness, is what decides what grows wild and what grows beautiful. The Buddha once said, "What we think, we become." Your mind is the field, and your thoughts are the seeds. Every emotion that rises within you is simply a reflection of what you have planted. When you look inward and see anxiety or frustration, it is not a failure. It is only a sign that the garden needs tending. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of this inner garden tonight. The air is still. Moonlight drapes softly across the ground. You can smell the faint sweetness of jasmine and the earthy scent of rain-damp soil. Some areas bloom brightly, delicate blossoms of love, kindness, creativity, while others lie tangled in thorny weeds. Do not turn away from them. This is your sacred ground, both shadow and light. You kneel and touch the soil. It is warm, alive, forgiving. You realize that even the weeds grew from the same earth as the flowers. Every negative thought, every fear, was once an innocent seed, planted perhaps in a moment of hurt, watered by misunderstanding. There is no need to curse the weeds. They have only followed their nature. A wise gardener does not wage war on the garden. She observes. She listens. She understands what each plant needs, and she works with patience. The Buddha taught the same about the mind. Do not fight your thoughts. Observe them. Nurture what brings peace, and let what no longer serves quietly fall away. So begin now. As you breathe in, imagine drawing gentle awareness into your garden. With each exhale, you remove one weed, a thought that has overstayed its welcome. Perhaps it is self-doubt, perhaps anger, perhaps the subtle idea that you must become someone else before you can be happy. As you pull it, there is no violence, only care. You loosen the soil gently, allowing space for something kinder to grow. Once the weeds are cleared, notice the empty patches of earth. They are not barren, they are invitations. What would you like to plant there tonight? Perhaps the seed of patience, or gratitude, or the tender joy of simply being alive. Imagine holding one of these seeds in your palm, small, weightless, glowing faintly with possibility. You press it into the soil of your awareness and cover it softly. You know it will sprout in its own time. You cannot rush the blooming of truth. In meditation, this is how transformation happens. Not by force, but by consistent presence. You do not yell at the garden to grow. You simply visit it often, tending to it with love. Each moment of mindfulness is like sunlight breaking through the clouds. Each act of kindness is a drop of rain. The Buddha once told his disciples, if you tend your inner field wisely, joy will grow even in the seasons of sorrow. He knew that peace is not the absence of weeds. It is the understanding of how to work with them. Some weeds, when watched closely, turn into medicine. Some sorrows, when embraced, turn into compassion. Walk through your garden now. Notice the flowers of wisdom that have already bloomed, the moments you forgave, the times you were gentle, the hours you sat quietly and breathed when the world urged you to hurry. Those are blossoms of awakening, proof that light is already present within you. And in the far corner, notice the small sprouts of hope pushing through the dark soil. These are the dreams and truths you are just beginning to nurture, new patterns of peace, patience, and trust. They grow not because you chase them, but because you create space for them. This is the essence of attraction. The flower does not run after the sun. It simply opens, and the light finds it. Let this truth settle deep within your being. You are both the gardener and the garden. When you cultivate awareness, you cultivate beauty. When you practice forgiveness, you water the roots of joy. When you rest in stillness, the whole garden breathes with you. If your garden feels overgrown, remember, even the wildest fields can return to bloom with care. Time and patience are the gardener's best tools. The Buddha's path is not about perfection, but tending to your mind, to your breath, to each small moment of kindness that keeps the soil alive. As the night deepens, imagine stepping back and looking at your garden from above. The moonlight spills across it like a blessing. You see the shimmer of dew on leaves, the gentle rhythm of growth. Nothing is wasted here. Even decay feeds new life. Even silence becomes song. You are not here to uproot your entire being, only to listen, to nurture, to trust that what you water with love will eventually blossom into peace. So rest now, dear one. Lay down your tools. The garden within you knows what to do. All it asks is your presence, your patience, and your gentle light. Tomorrow, when you wake, the first breath you take will be a soft return to this sacred garden. One more sunrise, one more chance to bloom from within. Imagine sitting beside a clear mountain stream. The air is cool, and the sunlight slips gently through the trees, scattering golden reflections across the rippling water. You can hear the soft murmur of the current as it winds its way through smooth stones, finding its path with effortless grace. It never argues with the rocks that lie in its way. It simply flows around them. The stream has only one purpose: to keep moving, to stay true to its nature of flowing. Your mind is very much like this stream. Thoughts and feelings are the water that moves within it. Some days, the current runs clear, bright, and calm. On others, it becomes muddy with emotion, fast with worry, or still with fatigue. Yet the water is never truly separate from the stream, just as your thoughts are never separate from your awareness. Awareness is the bed of the river, silent, steady, holding everything that passes without resistance. The Buddha once said, "If you sit by the river long enough, the bodies of all your sorrows will float by." He did not mean to wait for destruction, but to witness the impermanence of all that arises in the mind. Every thought, no matter how loud, is temporary. Every emotion, no matter how fierce, will pass through if you allow it to. The key is not to dam the water with resistance, but to watch it flow. Many of us, without realizing it, spend our days stirring the water. We chase thoughts, we wrestle feelings, we dig our hands into the current trying to make it clear again. But the more we stir, the more the water clouds. The more we struggle, the further peace drifts away. The mind does not need to be silenced. It only needs to be allowed to settle. When you stop touching the water, it clears itself. Close your eyes and picture that stream again, the surface calm, reflecting the quiet sky. Imagine sitting beside it with no task but to listen. You hear the trickle of water, the distant hum of insects, the faint breeze brushing through the grass. Let that sound become your breath. Each inhale is a ripple, each exhale a release. The stream does not hurry, and neither do you. Now notice the thoughts that drift through your awareness, like leaves floating on the water's surface. Some are bright, reflecting sunlight, small joys, simple memories, moments of gratitude. Others are heavy and dark, fears, regrets, worries. Do not pick them up. Do not follow where they go. Simply watch as the current carries them away, one by one. They are not you. They are movement passing through you. The Buddha called this practice vipassana, clear seeing. It It is not a technique of thinking less, but of seeing more. When you look deeply, you realize that your thoughts are not enemies to fight, but visitors to welcome and let go. They come to teach you what still lingers in your heart. When anger arises, it shows where understanding is missing. When fear appears, it reveals where trust is needed. When longing surfaces, it points to where love has not yet arrived. Each thought is a messenger. Awareness is the home they visit. As you sit by this inner stream, you may notice moments when the water stills completely. The sound fades, and for a breathless instant, there is only silence. In that silence, you meet something deeper than thought, the awareness itself, pure and vast. This is the space the Buddha called emptiness, not meaning nothingness, but infinite potential. It is the sky in which every cloud appears and disappears. It is the quiet knowing that remains untouched no matter what flows through it. If the stream becomes turbulent again, do not despair. Even the clearest water is stirred by storms. Awareness is not lost. It simply watches the storm until calm returns. To live awake is not to have a still mind, but to know that stillness is always underneath the motion. Let us return now to your own breath, the stream that flows within you. Follow it gently from the tip of your nose to the depths of your belly. Watch how it enters without effort and leaves without permission. You do not command it, yet it obeys the rhythm of life itself. Each breath is a reminder that you are being lived, just as the stream is being moved by gravity. You are not the mover, you are the witness. The ancient master said, "You cannot step into the same river twice." Each moment, like each breath, is unique, never repeating, always new. When you realize this, clinging loses its power. There is nothing to hold because everything is already changing. You begin to trust the current of time itself, knowing it always leads back to the sea. If your heart feels heavy, dip it in this stream. Let the coolness of awareness wash away the dust of striving. The stream does not judge what it carries, fallen leaves or bright blossoms. All are taken equally. So too, awareness does not reject any thought. It accepts everything, transforms everything, and releases everything. As night deepens around you, imagine the stream flowing through your inner landscape, winding through valleys of thought, over stones of memory, under bridges of hope. It flows into every corner, clearing, softening, purifying. The water glows faintly with moonlight, the light of understanding. In this awareness, there is no need to force peace. Peace is already here, waiting for you to notice it. The stream has never stopped flowing. You had only forgotten how to listen. So let the water move through you now. Let the mind settle like clear glass. Let each breath remind you of the simple truth. You are the witness, not the waves. You are the awareness beneath every thought, steady and eternal. The stream flows, but the bed remains. The thoughts come and go, but you, the watcher, remain. Stay in that knowing for a while, dear one. The world will move on, storms will rise and fade, but awareness, your true home, will always be here, flowing, shining, silent, and free. has deepened now. The air is softer, and the silence between sounds feels almost alive, like the earth itself is breathing slowly beside you. Somewhere far away, a bell fades into stillness. The stars hang motionless, their light reaching across centuries to touch this single moment. In the hush of this hour, something quiet begins to reveal itself, the truth that all the masters and poets have whispered through ages. That life, when left unforced, unfolds with grace. The quiet truth is simple, yet most spend lifetimes overlooking it. When you stop chasing what you think you need, what you truly need begins to find you. It is as if the universe has been waiting for you to be still enough to recognize its rhythm. The Buddha called this the middle way, a path between striving and surrender, between desire and denial. Not too tight, not too loose. It is the art of harmony, where doing and being flow as one. For so long, the mind has been taught to chase success, to chase love, to chase enlightenment. But every chase begins with the belief that something is missing. The quiet truth shows that nothing essential has ever been missing. You are not a seeker of peace, you are peace, remembering itself through stillness. The river does not run to become water, it flows because it already is water. The tree does not strain to grow, it reaches upward naturally toward the light. Likewise, your life is not a struggle to earn worthiness. It is an expression of worth already woven into your being. Close your eyes and imagine standing in a wide open field just before dawn. The horizon is painted in pale shades of gold and lavender. A soft wind moves through the tall grass, carrying the faint scent of dew and earth. You are standing still, but everything around you is moving, clouds drifting, air stirring, the world slowly awakening. And you realize you don't need to move to be part of this dance. Stillness itself is participation. Awareness itself is movement. The quiet truth whispers, when you stop running, life catches up to you. What you have been seeking, peace, love, meaning, has been walking beside you all along, waiting for you to notice its gentle pace. All your efforts to arrive somewhere else have only taken you in circles. The destination is not at the end of the road, it is beneath your feet. The masters of old said that enlightenment is like the moon reflected on water. The moon does not descend, and the water does not rise. When the surface is still, the reflection appears by itself. In the same way, when the mind becomes quiet, the truth reveals itself, not as something gained, but as something remembered. The Buddha often described awakening not as an achievement, but as a returning to the simplicity of seeing things as they are. When you let go of your judgments, your attachments, your endless labeling of moments as good or bad, the world suddenly becomes luminous. Every breath becomes holy, every face sacred, every sound a part of the great song. Think of your life for a moment, all the times you thought you were lost, only to find later that each turn brought you closer to wisdom. Every heartbreak taught you tenderness. Every delay hid a hidden kindness. Every silence shaped your inner strength. Can you see it now? The pattern that has always been there, the quiet intelligence guiding your steps, even when you thought you were wandering alone. This is the truth that does not shout. It hums gently beneath the noise of the world. It says, trust, rest, you are already home. Take a slow breath. Let your body soften as if melting into the fabric of existence. There is nothing left to fix, nothing left to reach. You are enough, exactly as you are, in this single breath, this heartbeat, this moment. The trees outside are not striving to be taller tonight. The stars are not racing to shine brighter. Why should you rush toward anything when the whole universe is content simply to be? There's a freedom that comes from no longer measuring your life in achievements, but in awareness, not in what you hold, but in how deeply you see. When you begin to live this way, you notice that even ordinary things begin to glow. Sunlight through a window, laughter in the distance, the weight of your breath resting in your chest. The sacred hides nowhere. It has been woven into everything. And when you stop chasing, you make space for life to come to you. Opportunities, friendships, insights, even love, they begin to appear not as results of struggle, but as natural extensions of your peace. Attraction is the law of stillness. What you embody, you invite. When you embody calm, the world softens around you. When you embody love, love finds its reflection in every face. The Buddha once said, "As the lotus blooms untouched by the muddy water, so the wise live in the world, yet remain free." You, too, are that lotus rooted in the earth, reaching toward the light, untouched at your core by the world's turbulence. You do not need to escape the world to be free. You need only to remember that your true nature has always been free. Let that remembrance sink into you now. Feel it as warmth spreading through your chest, as silence expanding in your mind. Everything you've heard tonight, the stories of the sand, the sea, the cracked pot, the river, all lead here to this single truth. Peace is not found by reaching outward, but by turning inward. As you rest in this awareness, imagine the moon outside your window. It shines without effort, without hunger, without chase. It does not rush to illuminate the sky, it simply is. And because it simply is, everything around it glows. Let that moon be your teacher tonight. Be still and let your own light shine. There is nothing to do, nothing to fix, nothing to prove. The quiet truth is already within you, calm, radiant, waiting for your attention like an old friend at the end of a long journey. Now breathe. Inhale peace. Exhale striving. Inhale stillness. Exhale the need to control. Rest here in the quiet knowing that the universe moves perfectly without your push, and that you, as part of it, are already moving perfectly too. The night is silent, the heart is clear, and the truth stands uncovered. You attract not by force, but by being. You find not by searching, but by remembering. You become free, not by running, but by resting. Good night, dear one. May your dreams drift on calm waters, and may you awaken to the gentle light of your own awareness, the light that has never left you, even for a moment.